Donna Douglas, best known for playing Ellie May Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies, passed away on New Year's Day, leaving her fans and family heartbroken. The hit show ran for 9 years and was the #1 program in America for its first 2 seasons. But behind her cheerful smile and sweet Southern accent, Donna's life was full of challenges, courage, and quiet strength. In 1972, she shocked Hollywood by suing CBS for millions, claiming they owed her money from reruns of the Beverly Hillbillies. She eventually settled for $500,000, but it came with a price. Hollywood turned its back on her. Casting calls stopped, producers avoided her, and her once bright career faded. Still, Donna didn't give up. Later, she sued Disney, Whoopi Goldberg, and Bette Midler for $200 million in another dispute, and even took on Mattel over a Barbie doll that looked too much like her famous character. But before all the lawsuits and heartbreak, there was a story from her early life that showed who she truly was, the real Donna Douglas that her co-stars never forgot. Donna was born Doris Ione Smith on September 26, 1932, in a small town called Pride, Louisiana. Her parents, Emmett and Elma, didn't have much money. Her father worked for Standard Oil, and the family lived in a small shotgun-style house that didn't even have plumbing until Donna was 10. Her mother had once worked as a telephone operator but stayed home to raise the children. Life was simple, and money was tight, but those early struggles shaped Donna into a strong, kind, and humble person. As a child, she wasn't the type to play with dolls or stay indoors. She loved climbing trees, getting dirty, and taking care of animals she found around the neighborhood. She had a soft spot for stray dogs, cats, and even wild critters. She brought them home, fed them, and treated them like family. Years later, when she played Ellie May, the animal-loving daughter, she wasn't acting, she was just being herself. During one audition, someone handed her a goat and told her to milk it. Most actresses would have panicked, but Donna didn't hesitate. She laughed and said, "I've milked cows before. I figured they were equipped the same, and did it perfectly." At St. Gerard Catholic High School in Baton Rouge, Donna stood out naturally. She played basketball and softball, which was rare for girls in the 1940s. Her school was brand new, and she was one of the first to graduate in 1950, part of a class of just 10 students. Her athleticism and confidence made her shine, even when she didn't try to. Faith was also a big part of Donna's life. Her family went to church every Sunday, and religion was a daily part of their home. Later, Donna said she always loved Jesus but didn't truly understand the Bible until adulthood. When she eventually moved to New York to chase her dreams, she promised God she wouldn't lose herself, and she kept that promise. In 1984, after her Hollywood years, she graduated from a ministry school in Oklahoma and became a gospel singer, traveling around the country to share her faith and her story. Growing up poor in the years after the Great Depression wasn't easy. Her father's job didn't always bring in enough money, so Donna learned to make her own clothes from feed sacks when she was just 12 years old. It wasn't about fashion, it was about survival. That creativity and resourcefulness never left her, even after she became a star. At 17, Donna married her high school sweetheart, Roland Bourgeois Jr. They married at St. Gerard's Church, but it wasn't a fairy tale. They were young, broke, and not ready for the responsibilities of marriage. They lived with her parents and soon started to drift apart. Their only real connection was their shared love of sports. In 1954, they had a son named Danny, but soon after, Roland was drafted into the military and sent to Germany. When he returned, their marriage couldn't be saved. Being a single mother in the 1950s was incredibly difficult. Donna worked as a waitress, a clerk, and anything else that could help her buy baby formula and diapers. People gossiped about her. A young Catholic woman divorced and raising a child alone was frowned upon in her small Louisiana town. But Donna didn't care what others thought. At just 22, she filed for divorce, a bold decision that shocked everyone. Parade magazine later called her a girl of spunk and courage because she chose freedom and independence over judgment and fear. She began entering small-town talent shows to earn extra money, singing gospel songs she learned in church. Her voice, her warmth, and her natural stage presence caught people's attention. With each performance, she started to believe she might have a real chance at something bigger. In 1957, she entered the Miss Baton Rouge pageant, now going by the name Donna Douglas. She was 5 feet 4 inches tall, curvy, and beautiful, but her genuine personality was what set her apart. She won easily, and soon after, she entered and won the Miss New Orleans pageant. The prize was $1,000, a huge amount at the time. That victory changed everything. In 1958, Donna took the money and moved to New York City to chase her dream. She brought her young son as far as she could before leaving him with her parents because she couldn't afford to care for both of them in the city. It broke her heart, but she was determined to build a better future. In New York, life was tough. She found a job as a secretary, earning $50 a week, and lived in a small apartment. She often skipped meals so she could send money home to her son. She also started modeling, but refused to compromise her morals. When photographers asked her to pose in revealing outfits, she walked away. She wanted success, but not at the cost of her values. Her first big break came when she landed a role as the letters girl on the Perry Como show. It wasn't glamorous, but it was her start. A few years later, she became the billboard girl on the Steve Allen show, standing beside cue cards in glittery outfits, smiling at the camera. She quickly became noticed for her beauty and charm. Soon, she appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show, where Hollywood producer Hal Wallace saw her and offered her a screen test in Los Angeles. In California, Donna began appearing in small TV roles, including Route 66, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and The Twilight Zone. In one memorable episode called Eye of the Beholder, she played a woman whose face was hidden behind bandages, a role that showed her depth and talent as an actress. But Hollywood mostly saw her as a pretty face. That changed when she auditioned for the Beverly Hillbillies. More than 500 actresses tried out for the role of Ellie May Clampett. Donna's confidence and authenticity made her stand out. When asked to milk a goat during her audition, she did it without hesitation, showing the producers that she was the real deal. A week after landing the part, Donna was in a car accident that left her with a concussion. Even though she was dizzy and weak, she checked herself out of the hospital and showed up to work because she was afraid they might replace her. The show's creator, Paul Henning, admired her so much that he paused filming until she recovered, something rare in Hollywood. The Beverly Hillbillies premiered on September 26, 1962, Donna's 30th birthday. Critics mocked it, calling it silly, but within weeks it became the #1 show in the country. For 2 seasons, it stayed on top. Donna Douglas had made it. Behind her beauty and fame was a woman who had fought through poverty, heartbreak, and rejection with grace and faith. She never forgot her roots or her values, no matter how tough Hollywood became. Donna Douglas wasn't just Ellie May, she was a symbol of strength, kindness, and the belief that no matter where you start, you can always make something beautiful out of nothing. That simple story about a country girl in the big city connected with millions of people, and Donna Douglas as Ellie May Clampett became a sensation. Her tight jeans and flannel shirts started a fashion trend that spread across America. Levi's jeans saw sales skyrocket, and one company executive even joked that she did more for jeans in 1 year than cowboys had done in 100. Every week, Donna received more than 2,000 fan letters. Some were sweet, some included marriage proposals, and some even sent her lingerie. Instead of being shocked, Donna signed those gifts, added a Bible verse, and mailed them back herself. She didn't have an assistant to handle her fan mail. She took care of everything on her own because that was just who she was, warm, humble, and genuine. During the 9 years the show ran, Donna appeared in almost every one of its 274 episodes. In one unforgettable 1968 episode, she body-slammed a male wrestler on screen without using a stunt double. It was all her strength, built from years of growing up on a farm, tossing hay, and chasing animals. Her face appeared on the cover of TV Guide multiple times. Photographers adored her southern beauty, blonde hair, and gentle accent. But CBS began to worry she was becoming too sexy for a family show. They debated how much skin she could show and what kind of outfits she could wear. Still, she never crossed any lines. Playboy once offered her $10,000 for a centerfold shoot, worth about $100,000 today, but she turned it down instantly. It wasn't out of fear. It was because she had strong values. She once said her dream man was a Christian with a tractor, and that line perfectly summed her up. Behind the scenes, the cast didn't always get along smoothly. Max Baer Jr., who played Jethro, admitted years later that they argued often. He and Irene Ryan, who played Granny, would shout at each other, and Donna would sometimes cry. But no matter how much they fought, they always defended one another from outsiders. They were like a real family, loud, emotional, and loyal. In 1962, while filming The Beverly Hillbillies, director Robert M. Leeds joined the team. Over time, he and Donna developed a strong connection that turned into something more than friendship. After the show ended in 1971, they got married. Donna was 39 at the time, and their marriage lasted 9 years before ending in 1980. But this wasn't her first marriage. Back in 1949, before she was famous, Donna married Roland John Bourgeois Jr. That marriage ended quietly in 1954. Divorce carried a stigma back then, especially in the South, but by the time Donna became a star, she had already learned to live by her own rules. Even with fame, Donna often felt trapped in the role of Ellie May. She loved the character but wanted her to grow and change. She suggested new ideas to the producers, like giving Ellie May a real romance or more serious storylines, but they always said no. They believed the show's success depended on Ellie May staying innocent and simple. Donna felt frustrated but kept doing her job with grace. She took acting seriously and wanted more depth, but television back then wasn't interested in change. Week after week, she performed the same type of scenes, smiling and playing the sweet country girl everyone adored, even as she hoped for something more meaningful. Before the Beverly Hillbillies, Donna had already made a mark in one of television's most famous episodes, the 1960 Twilight Zone episode Eye of the Beholder. She played the unmasked version of Janet Tyler, a woman revealed to be beautiful in a world where everyone else had pig-like faces. The twist shocked audiences and became one of the show's most iconic moments. She later appeared again in another Twilight Zone episode, Cavender is Coming, in 1962. In 1965, Donna's career took another turn when Elvis Presley personally invited her to co-star in his movie Frankie and Johnny. The film was set on a Mississippi riverboat where Donna played a singer and Elvis a gambler. The film did well at the box office, reaching number 40 that year, and fans loved seeing her with Elvis. Though rumors spread that they shared deep talks or had a spiritual connection, none were ever proven. Still, fans loved to imagine it. But fame didn't protect her from hardship. In 1972, Donna sued CBS for $10 million, demanding residual payments from the Beverly Hillbillies reruns that were making millions for the network. After a long battle, she settled for $500,000. Though it seemed like a victory, it cost her dearly. She was quietly blacklisted in Hollywood, and acting offers stopped coming. Rather than fight it, she chose peace. In the 1970s, she turned to gospel music, focusing on her faith. Her debut album, Donna Douglas Sings Gospel, sold 50,000 copies despite minimal promotion. She refused to mix religious songs with pop or country music, staying true to her beliefs. Later, she released Donna Douglas Sings Country and Gospel Back on the Mountain and performed mostly in churches instead of nightclubs or concert halls. In 1980, she switched careers again and became a real estate agent in Beverly Hills. Her charm and good reputation attracted celebrity clients, and by 1990, she had sold around $5 million worth of property. But things weren't always smooth. In 1985, one of her tenants stole her personal collection of Elvis Presley memorabilia. It hurt deeply because of her fond memories of working with him. Eventually, she left real estate and returned to her home state of Louisiana, where she found peace and privacy. Her personal life remained quiet after her second divorce. She focused on her only son, Danny, from her first marriage. He stayed out of Hollywood and worked as a country songwriter. Donna devoted her later years to Christian charities and animal welfare, living by the same values she always preached: faith, family, and kindness. She once said, "I've never really liked it here," referring to Hollywood, and she kept her word by leaving it behind for good. Yet her battles weren't over. In 1993, she filed a $200 million lawsuit against Disney and several stars, including Whoopi Goldberg and Bette Midler, claiming Sister Act was stolen from a screenplay she owned called A Nun in the Closet. The court later ruled against her, saying she couldn't prove the movie had been copied. Still, she never stopped standing up for what she believed was right. In 2011, at 78, Donna filed another lawsuit against CBS and Mattel over a Barbie doll made in Ellie May's likeness without her permission. CBS claimed they owned the character, but she argued they used her image. The case ended in a quiet settlement, and both sides said they were satisfied. In her final years, Donna faced one last challenge: pancreatic cancer. She kept her illness private, preferring to live quietly in her home in Zachary, Louisiana. On January 1, 2015, she passed away peacefully at age 81. Her family held a small funeral near her childhood home, just as she wished: no cameras, no press, only peace. Her estate, valued at over $500,000, went to her son Danny. She left behind more than money. She left behind her faith, her kindness, and her message of living with love and grace. Donna also wrote children's books like Donna's Critters and Kids, filled with moral lessons and Bible stories. Donna Douglas's legacy wasn't about fame or glamour. It was about humility, faith, and the courage to stay true to herself. She proved that even in Hollywood, a person could shine bright without losing their soul.